wait to see if a couple of people jump on. This is Journey, where we're just gonna chat. I'll talk a little bit. I'm planning on this to be 5 days, and I've kind of got an idea on what I want to talk about for each day, but we'll see where it goes. Obviously the conversations will change. But I wanted to start off. I was actually I was doing my son's schoolwork with him the other day, and it came up with who, where, what, and where, why, the five W words. It was one of his writing classes, and gave me an idea on the who, what, when, how, whys of genealogy. So I thought I would kind of base it around that and see where it goes. So today I thought we'd talk about who we are, who are we looking for, who we might find, that type of thing. So kind of just talk a little bit about me first. Most of you guys know I've been doing genealogy for over 15 years. I have absolutely no qualifications in it. I have my experiences and I have quite a bit of knowledge. I am currently doing my diploma in family history with the University of Tasmania. From what I understand, it doesn't actually give me a qualification in genealogy, but I can say that I have a diploma in family history. So when people talk about genealogy, people that haven't done it usually think about names and dates and places of people that died before they were born. But it's so much more than that. It is those things, and it is collecting the old dusty files from the back of the cupboard and pulling out old photos and doing all that. But it's putting it all together, making it into a chart, and then the family history part is creating the story, and understanding who our family were, and the choices that they made and how they affect us. So there's a lot of I say healing. There's a lot of healing in doing genealogy, and that's kind of, it's not why I started, but I started because I didn't know my family, and then it's kind of gradually gone on from there, and I've learnt bits and pieces, and that's kind of healed things and made me realize the reasons why family members have chosen different paths in life, and how that's affected me. So everything our family does, everything from our great grandparents, all gets passed down to us. So that's where that is. So when we start our family, when we start our genealogy, we start with us. We are the bottom of the tree. Well, unless you've got children, then they're the bottom of the tree. But we'll start with us. So who are you? Who are your parents? So you're starting off getting your birth certificate, and finding out who's actually on your birth certificate. And this is how genealogy is done. Just because someone's on your birth certificate does not necessarily mean that they are your parent. Obviously, people do put down, well, some people put down other people, so it's like a step parent, or people leave it blank. So that's where DNA comes in a lot. It's very handy, but starting off with who we are and then moving up from there. So I've just got some notes. Sorry, I just want to make sure I haven't skipped anything that I want to talk about at the start. No, so the reasons why people get into genealogy, there's all sorts of different reasons, obviously. One is because they don't know, they want to know, curiosity. Culture, heritage, they want to know more about their culture. Aboriginals, but then also going overseas, cultures, different cultures over there. You got your Mexicans, Native Americans, etc. So there's all different cultures out there, obviously, and different ones play different parts in our lives. Finding cousins, that's a big one, and that's again the DNA. Having a DNA tested, you're going to find a lot of cousins that you didn't know were there, and then you can place them on your tree, trace them back to your great grandparents, etc., and go from there. So yeah, so genealogy is the study of us, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, listing the names and the dates and places, and putting it all together to recreate their story. So I thought, when I was setting this out, I was thinking about strategy plans. So when I do a family tree, I come up with a strategy plan depending on what my client's looking for. So if they're looking for someone specific, then obviously my strategy is to find that person. If they're looking for, say, childbirth traumas, then I'm going to be looking at the mother's line. So I set out a strategy and a plan on how I'm going to go about finding what it is my client wants. So it made me think, when I started my genealogy, I didn't know who I was looking for. And that is the case with a lot of people. But there's also people out there, like yourself maybe, that are looking for someone specific. Maybe you're looking for a parent, maybe you're looking for a missing grandparent, a specific aunt or uncle, or somebody that you're not 100% aware of. Say hello. I can see someone's online. Jump in the comments and say hello so I know who you are. Or don't. It's completely up to you. But thinking about who it is that we're looking for and why we're looking for that person. Again, it might be that you don't know who you're looking for, and maybe you're specifically just looking for childbirth trauma, or you're looking for someone that was in the army, looking at someone that was in war. There could be so many different reasons as to why or who it is that you're looking for, and setting out a strategy plan to find that person and then going from there is really going to help with getting the right information. It's going to keep you on track. When I first started, I had no idea who I was looking for, and so I didn't really have a strategy plan to begin when I was doing mine, and back then I didn't have Ancestry.com or Family Search or anything like that, so I was doing a lot of it just, hey Rob, how you going? I was doing a lot of it just by asking questions. And so I would start with my parents and I would go and ask them a million questions, and I'd write all that information down on notepads, and then I'd move up the ranks, aunts and uncles, grandma, grandpa, nana, pop, and ask all those people the same questions but more as well. So usually when I get to a grandparent, I'm kind of asking more about their childhood, I guess because I already kind of know my parents' childhood, but if you don't know your parents and you don't know their childhood, what their story is, then obviously you want to start there as well. So getting as much information as possible, and writing it all down in notepads, and then if you're using a database, you can put it straight into the database, but I'd always back it up just in case. Recording, if I am talking to somebody like, say, great-grandma or great-grandpa, someone that I don't see very often, I'll usually record, or someone that if it's hard to talk to them over the phone, again, also I will just record everything that they say, write it all down, or actually record it on like tape recorder on your phone. Is tape recorder still a thing? Record everything. Make sure that you've got it all backed up. It could be because in, say, a few months' time after you've done all this part of your family tree and you want to go back and you want to look at a specific person and delve deeper into that person and their story, then going back over those notes, you're going to pick up different things. It's going to seem all insignificant stuff at the start, but eventually you will need it. And having those notes definitely helps, because then you're not going over the same stuff. So when we're finding stuff, we want to write down where it is we found it as well. So, but I'll go into that another time. So I started when I was about 15 years old, but people start at different ages. And things can go missing. So, like, I have already got my children's birth certificates and everything. They're in my family tree, because if I'm the last person to do it and my great grandchildren don't pick up the genealogy, like the interest, if they don't pick it up for, say, you know, until they're in their 40s or 50s, these documents aren't going to be around. Someone's bound to have thrown them out or chucked them in the fire, or, you know, church is burnt down. So that this is, I think, like, when we're going back into our genealogy, like now looking back, I've gone to get specific records from places and there'll be a page missing out of it. Or, like I said, church is burning down. That's a massive one. Wet damage. My grandfather's father threw everything in a skip bin behind a shop. He had no one to hand it down. Well, he did, but he chose not to. Decided to just chuck it all out, and so we didn't have those records. So I've had to go back. I've had to go back and purchase those records again. So if you can get as much information and get those records off your grandparents and your parents, etc., then that's gonna save you a lot of time. Say hello if you're on. I can see there's a few people on, but I can't see comments. Let me just see if I can get the comments up on my computer. I've got the kids playing in the bedroom and I can hear them, and they're getting quiet, they're getting louder, so hopefully my internet's not working. There we are. Alright, turn this down. Okay. So we talked about who we're looking for. We've talked about why we might be looking for them. Let's get my notes on. So setting a goal. Kind of briefly said about that before, but setting a goal. Thanks, Rob. I love my work too. So when you're starting out your genealogy, say you've never touched anything before, and Rob, I'm not sure. I know you know bits and pieces, but setting out a goal as to who you want to look for. So if you are looking for your great-great-grandparents, or like it could be a generation that you're looking for. You want to go back to your 4th generation or your 5th generation. Set a goal, but make sure that it's one that's accomplishable. You want to be able to do it in a reasonable amount of time. You don't want to set a goal and be like, I want to get back to 1200 AD. Is that even a thing? I don't even know. Or, you know, before Christ. Like, don't set an extreme goal like that. You want to set a goal that's achievable and that you're able to do it in a specific amount of time. So say that you wanted to get this done while this coronavirus is happening. So I would say maybe 5 to 6 generations you want to do. So that's going to take you at least a couple of weeks to get done. Or more, depending. But you want to be able to fill out your time and manage your time and get the goal done in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, like it could be a 3 to 4 generational. You just want to get a 3 to 4 generation pedigree done, and that means, you know, you're finding out information about you, your parents, your grandparents, and your great grandparents. Sorry, you can't see my hand. But that's it. So start at that point and work your way to that point. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Keep it simple, and like I have when I do my trees for people, I have plants. So I have a basic package, and I have an intermediate package, and I have quite a deep package. So your basic package is the basics. It's the names, dates of births, places. And then you go intermediate. So were they in the army? Were they immigrants? You know, so delving a little bit more into that and who they were, like generation. And then you can have that set out, have your pedigree. So you get your pedigree, and then you can go in, have that information, and find all that information in that certain amount of time. Whereas if you're gonna go, oh, I just want to find out absolutely everything about everyone, you're never gonna have an end date, and you're always going to be going on and on and on, and then it gets tricky because when you, hey, all right, we're back on. Sorry, my internet is being poo. Let me just stop this. It's bucketing down out there. I don't know if you just heard me ranting about the weather. But because it's raining, my internet is a bit shonky, unfortunately, because we live in the middle of the bush. Literally. So, so you start with you work your way, mum and dad, and then you go again to mum and dad. But then you've also got their mum and dad. So it branches off and it grows and grows and grows. So if you're just going, I want to find everyone and everything, then it's going to, you know, you're going here, and then you're going here. So this is why you need to have a plan. And like literally write your plan down. So have out who it is you're looking for, what it is you're looking for, and why, and then list how you're going to get to that and what it is you're looking for. You're looking for the names, you're looking for the dates, you're looking for the places. You're looking for Defence Force records, immigration records, church records. The list goes on. I could be here all day listing different things that you find. So having a plan really definitely helps. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, I've covered all that. That's pretty much it. So I want to kind of keep these short and sweet. So it'll be 15 minutes. So tomorrow again, I'll jump on. We will have another chat. And this will go on for 5 days. I do have Down the Rabbit Hole, which is a short course on starting your genealogy. So I will literally go through the who's, what's, how's, why's, actually do it with you. That will be starting soon. I haven't actually picked a date, but I will let you guys know. But otherwise, I will jump on tomorrow. We'll have another chat, and we'll go from there. Okay, bye guys.